Well, back to gross margins, not the long term, but actually the current ones. There's some who believe because the ad-supported business was not as strong as the premium, that margins are better this quarter. But if ad-supported starts to move even more positively, you're going to see gross margins actually come down. Is that right?
The mix does impact the gross margin on the business, no question about that. But I think what you'll find is that there is operating leverage to be had in the free business as we begin to, let's say with podcasts by way of example, or natively promoted content of the two-sided marketplace, to pump more revenue through the existing cost structure, which will, with no incremental content cost.
Right.
So it will be margin enhancing.
You mentioned the algorithm. How do you describe how sophisticated they are these days? Is it more than just classifying a song, giving it a half a dozen descriptions, and matching that? How smart is it?
Well, it started out as collaborative filtering. All three of you have similar tastes. They've liked a song that you've never heard of. They like it a lot. Pretty good bet you're going to like it. That's collaborative filtering, right? Now there's been this explosion in investment in machine learning and deep learning, and now we're able to do things analytically and as a result, algorithmically, that we weren't able to do a couple of years ago. And so it's getting dramatically better and really fast. I would say when I joined the service, it wasn't very good. It's a completely different user experience today. One of the big problems to be solved in podcasting is discovery. Like most of us here, if we listen to podcasts, probably found them word of mouth.
Right.
Very much. Come on. So now, as we gather more data on your podcast listing, we're exponentially better at recommending content to you. But there is a cold start problem. And so what we've done is to look to your music listening taste to help inform us about your podcast taste.
Really?
And surprisingly, it works pretty well. But a year from now, it will be much better. Talking about podcasts, right? By way of example.
Are podcasts really going to become that important for you? I mean, Jim and I did interview Daniel Ek. I guess it's a while back now when you made the first of the significant acquisitions. But is it really going to become that important a portion overall?
I used to get this question about streaming.
Right. You really think it could be as important as originals are to Netflix?
Yes, long story short.
Okay.
It's a different value proposition, a different use occasion, but people listen to a lot of music, a lot of radio. So everything you consume on radio in the U.S., except for real-time programming like, sports, you're going to consume on demand, streamed, in your home, in your car, in your office, when you're commuting. Right? And there's a lot of that.